So, Aki, obviously the Barbarians be visiting Kingsholm shortly. So, can you tell us a little bit about your early memories of the Barbars and why they're so special?
Yeah, I think everybody's got this. It's the Barbar's illusion, isn't it? It's incredible. It makes you smile, the idea of everyone within rugby sort of wanting to pull on that famous shirt. Seeing the throwbacks to the Phil Bennett and the Gareth Edwards stuff is not overused, but we see it a lot, and it's just, I think that makes people smile. I think everyone thinks they're going to have a chance of scoring that try. I think all your young kids see it, and everyone sees that and thinks, "Oh, if I get a chance to play for the Barbars, I'm gonna get to score that." I didn't get to score that try, but it was still memorable.
Yeah, obviously you mentioned there you got the opportunity to represent the Barbars. So, can you tell us a little bit about what that was like?
Yeah, it was cool. So we'd had a good season here. We lost the semi-final away at Sarries, and I get a text from Pat Lam on the bus back from that semi-final saying, "Do you fancy it?" And I got to go and play with. I reckon there was people in that Barbar side who thought I was a member of staff when I first turned up. It was star-studded, and I was the uncapped player to play, and it was just, yeah, it was pretty special. The week, not sure how much you could say about the week on camera, but it was a memorable rugby week, let's say, without much rugby. And it was just everything I think you could have wanted about a Barbars week.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned some of the star names that you were involved with. You get the chance to meet some of those boys, but it goes back to sort of what rugby's all about, isn't it? And having fun.
Yeah, I think sort of it's like it's a real leveler. You turn up into this room of star-studded names, and then everyone sits around, everyone has a few beers, and everyone sits and talks about where they've come from, what they're doing, and what they want to do that week. And you just realise that these sort of famous All Blacks with 50 caps who've won World Cups are actually no different to the people you're playing with week in, week out. Just better. They're just good people who want to have a good time and play some good rugby. And we had yeah, like I said, we had a brilliant week together, and the game didn't go as planned. But sometimes with the Barbars, I think that's sort of not necessarily, just not necessarily the be all and end all.
Yeah, and obviously on the field, the Barbarians always like to try and entertain, don't they? So it always brings the fans to life as well, which is always good.
Yeah, I remember the last time that I was fortunate to be at the club last time. They brought a star-studded team here, and unfortunately, I think we had a Premiership game that weekend, so we actually put out a young side, and those young boys got to play against some good names, and I think the fans loved seeing it, regardless of who we had out that day, and the fact that that day wasn't overly competitive, but it was a brilliant Barbars team. I think fans still talk about the names they got to see come and play there, so. Just the idea, not many people get to play. That's a very fortunate experience to be able to play in it, and then the idea of people getting to watch it. Even I'd never been to watch them before, and I've seen them since, and yeah, it's a good occasion.
And obviously, Gloucester, like the Barbarians, have been around for a long time, celebrating the 150th year this year. Do you think it's almost the perfect way to celebrate that 150?
Yeah, I think to have a moment like that against such an iconic team, it's great. I think everyone being able to come to a game that the pressure's off. We come to Kingsholm a lot, and the fans come. The expectation is huge, obviously, as it should be. We want the expectation to be massive from the fans, but to maybe have one game where we come, the 30 players on the pitch will want to. There'll be edge to that, but fans get to come and see some rugby. Maybe less pressure for the fans as well. How pressurized this environment can get at times. So I think it's going to be a great occasion, and like I said, a great way to celebrate the 150th for the club.
Yeah, it's almost a reward for the fans as well that stick through the club through thick and thin. They obviously going to see their beloved Gloucester, but also see these star names for the Barbars as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely way to, whilst we've got such a big occasion with the World Cup going on, it's probably easy to forget rugby at home until, like I said, until the Premiership starts. But seeing these Barbars games that have popped up, the way they were able to do it last year to help boys who suffered with sort of the clubs going under, their fans got to see them. And I think they've made this into an annual thing, and it's really kicked on, and it's been, yeah, some good occasions so far.